It's time to play even more of your decks.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to a very special Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and I am playing your deck submissions from my 15k subscriber special. And we'll be starting off with Omnath, locus of all, and then going through a variety of other commanders. This locus deck was described as a fair Omnath deck, which to me means, well, it's running some good cards that are in 3 colors, but it's not particularly nasty. I don't see some of the, let's say, more offensive cards that I never want to see ever in my life. Just a lot of things that have a lot of colored mana pips, because that's what Omnath likes. If you have Omnath out at the start of your turn, you get to reveal a card, put it into your hand, and maybe get some mana too. Also, if you have unspent mana, it becomes black mana. Omnath, in this case, is Phyrexian and can even be played without black mana, just paying 2 life and 4 mana of white, blue, red, and green. Alright, Omnath, let's see how many multicolored spells we can cast. Oh my gosh, it's Rin and Seri Inseparable. A doggy and a kitty who are best friends forever. Aww. They're so cute. This is a cats and dogs deck, which is strange that it would match up against Omnath. Omnath is a 5-color deck that I can't just call it generic good stuff. It's good stuff with a theme, and that theme is having cards that have many, many colored mana pips. But it also has some ramp into the north. Let's grab... I want the blue-red, looking at what we currently have here. A feral prowler! It's a kitty! Itty bitty kitty. I will pay 2 life to get out Omnath. Behold! Nath! I can't... You're saying that the way that they're gonna win is by me refusing to kill their cards. You're right. This cat's so cute, I couldn't possibly kill it. Arcbound Tracker. That's a modular kitty cat. Okay, we revealed the card. It was actually a colorless card. The opposite of many, many colors. I'll play the Palantir and the Delighted Halfling. The Palantir is going to scry at the end of turn, and then our opponent can choose to either let us draw a card or lose life. Haha, what? Aha, 7! This is probably a land 80% of the time, but it does have triple blue pips on it. But with the Palantir of Orthanc, they lost 7 life. This card is a great card, by the way. Dark Intimations. Oh, that's how you bring back Nicol Bolas's. Would I like to reveal the card? Yes! Look! I have its mana! But I'm going to use it for Nicol Bolas. Because when given an opportunity to steal, I choose to steal. That's a free henge. And I will pass the turn. I will scribe both of those to the bottom. And they lose another 6. They milled a Kami War. Which means we only need to deal 1 damage, plus the -4 on Nicol Bolas to kill them. I think Rin and Seri should have Vigilance. Rin and Seri deserves it. I will let you just hit Nicol Bolas. Mirari's Wake! Wake me up. Aw, we didn't get the big special thing. Let's see, can I deal 1 extra damage just by attacking in? Sure can. We boop. And we bop. I'm sorry, I cannot pet the kitties, guys. I can't pet the kitties. I have to beat the kitties in with Phyrexian Elementals. I forgot to tap my land at the end of the last turn. This is fine. I didn't need that. Synagos, God of Revels! I'm only keeping this hand because we have a Day of Judgment, and we are going to need to wipe the board because they're going to be playing some big, speedy critters! Now, I can play this. I'm going to name white on it, just to make sure I have double white. Cool, and now we can just start throwing these other nice little lands down. Hoping that we survive with our very expensive spells until we get to that point. If they haven't played any creatures, we could also just play Omnath. But I would need blue mana, right? I don't have any blue. I have Void Rend, which I can't cast. Astroton Kepler, thank you for the sub. I don't think you can hear me because you said you can't hear. So, thank you. They swing in for 2. Goreclaw! Goreclaw discounts their commanders and is a very scary target to haste. We have this Day of Judgment, and I'm going to use it. Just fire this off right now. If they get a land, they can still play Xanagos and, like, I don't know, haste the Fable. That's 4 damage. It's not nothing. You've got a Seagate Restoration, a Llanowar Waste. I'm going to play Omnath, and I'm going to pay the 2 Pain lands to get him out. Move my commanders to the command zone? Sure. Do I have a favorite color combo? I really like things that are within Naya, so like Gruul, Selesnya. It's all good stuff. Bit of Boros too. I'd say less so Boros, though I do like Hidden Face. I'm going to go for Sauron here. Over Kamior or any of the other choices, because if they cast a spell, it will give me a chump blocker. Primeval Titan! It's a pretty dang good card, and it has trample, and they can make a copy of it. If they have 1 more mana, which actually they might not, because I think they had to play a land for this. Nope, that's just 12. Yes, it's enough mana to do, like, anything else. Yes, I have to block with Sauron. But I'm not dead. I'm just mostly dead. So we block there. Block there. The opponent said good game, so you're not supposed to block. But I'm not dead yet! I mean, I'm dead this next turn. But I'm not dead yet. Paradise Druid. Ajar. Not gonna animate one of your lands? Oh, nope, here we go. Done it, a bug-a-bug. And now we say good game. Remember, the losing player is the one who says GG. Boop, boop. losing. Ulder Ravengard makes copies of creatures when you attack in. When he enters the battlefield, something else gets double teamed, meaning when it attacks in, you get a copy of it in your hand. And when Ulder himself attacks, same thing, you get to make a copy of another attacking creature, put it into your hand. This is a different version of the Myriad Commander, who I think is the same name of like Ulder Ravengard, but with a different title. This one's Marshall, from the paper Baldur's Gate set. So there's a lot of things that I assume are just good to have lots of copies of. Like, I guess Magda and the 7 Dwarves, but there's only 5 of them. Sure. I like Magda and her many friends. I see Liara of the Flaming Fist. Some good Boros aggro cards in here, too. I see Brutal Cathars, Spellbinders, things that enter the battlefild and then exile things. Skyclave Apparition's a personal favorite of mine. Yeah, and of course a bit of good removal. I see Lay Down Arms and Swords to Plowshares. Let's see how many copies of things we can make with Ulder Ravengard. Playing against Hidetsugu and Kairi, oftentimes a combo deck that relies on reanimating and draining over and over and over. The deck is almost entirely reanimation spells. I have something that could at least draw me cards while they're doing that, an Esper Sentinel, and I also have both colors of mana. I'm pointing that out because I actually just played a game with this deck where I never found white mana. It was so infuriating to be like, please, I'm not a mono red deck. I don't care how many 7 dwarves I have. I need white mana. Oh, hey, do you pay the 1? They did pay the 1. Inquisition of Kozilek, they can drop either all of the Skyclaves or Finishing Light. I went for them all. Ulder Ravengard. What's better than 1 Esper Sentinel? 2 Esper Sentinels. Yes, I do have the horse. It's Shadowfax, who goes clippity-cloppity, clippity-cloppity. I cheat things into play. A Sudden Edict. Oh no, my Esper Sentinel. So lonely. Well, I won't have any other attacking creatures this turn. That's fine. I'm still gonna throw some more creatures on the battlefield. A 7 dwarves and that Esper Sentinel from before. We have no other attacking creatures, which means we don't get to copy any. Oh, Rusko, I hate you, old man. Where's the kill Rusko button? Everybody get in here! I'm making another 7 dwarves. I'm making 14 dwarves. And I'm exiling Rusko with the full understanding that if they kill the Fairgrounds Wardens, yes, they will get the Rusko back and they'll get another Midnight Clock. Is it time for Hidetsugu and Kairi? No, it's time for a board wipe. Aww. I miss my horse already. They get another Midnight Clock. A 7 dwarves. Another 7 dwarves? 2 7 dwarves. 14 dwarves. Loud beeping noises are in my neighborhood. Thankfully, you can't hear them. So they have a Phyrexian Tower, which means they can sacrifice Hidetsugu and Kairi on demand to get the card that's on top of their deck, which is probably going to be a reanimation spell. This also lets them sacrifice things for free at sorcery speed. They do it. It gets a +1/+1 counter. They reveal off the top of the deck. I get drained for 5 mana, and they bring back their commander. I wonder what they put on top of the library. Could it possibly be another reanimation spell? It was Unbreakable Bond. It comes back with Lifelink. I'm going to just take a little break to sip some water. And they're going to do this a few more times. And we're going to lose the game. I'm a little surprised they didn't do it again. I guess they didn't have another reanimation spell. We put Hidetsugu and Kairi in jail? Nope. Pact of Negation. It's a free counterspell. My 7 dwarves sits there, looking very outclassed by a 5/4 with lifelink. I take it. Is it time to die? If the spell on top of their library is 4 mana or more, we die. Did we die? Nope, that was a land. They're back up to 17 life though, so like, ugh. I got close, but not close enough. Behold, the power of 14 dwarves. Kabam. Oh, it already had double team. Right, or they get the double team. That's what it is. Alright, and we swing in. We get the dwarf. Dwarves. It would be wild if they couldn't win off Hidetsugu next turn. I only have 2 blockers since Skrelv can't block. Oh, it's another board wipe. Alright, well, you could eat those midnight clocks and get a little more damage. Or you could reanimate. This isn't an instant or sorcery, though, so it can't be cast by Hidetsugu and Kairi. Okay, so the Defiant Salvager could now sacrifice Briscoe, Young Okay, you had lethal, you didn't take it, I'm leaving. Laniel submitted Kenrith with a Zerda companion, which means every single card in this deck has an activated ability. Most of them, like lands, tap for mana, but some of them do other things, like equip themselves, or draw cards, or are planeswalkers, or just creatures with cool other abilities. It looks like Unearth also counts as an ability, even though it's activated from the graveyard. And I guess it's only permanents, right? Yeah, so there's also a couple non-permanent spells like Farewell in the deck, Urza's Ruinous Blast, Doomscar, and other important board wipes. I would say the key cards in this deck, just from a glance, Pyromancer's familiar. It and Zerda reduce the cost of activating abilities, which Kenrith can do very handily. Okay, Kenrith, let's see what we can find. The Balrog, Durin's Bane, a very scary creature because it's hard to block, and on top of that, you can see right here, haste, and gets discount from Symmetrical Sacrifice. When it dies, also destroys artifacts or creatures. Just a whole lot of great stuff going on there. Or then this Rockfall Veil. Next turn, using Terramorphic Expanse to find some white mana. Ooh, look. An Evolving Wilds. I wonder if there's like a landfall theme in here? Otherwise, it seems so strange to have both of these. Staying hydrated. I will sip, and they will monkey! Goodbye, monkey. They stole my boots! That monkey stole my boots. I'll play the Fabro Elder, hoping that they don't kill it. It's not going to be able to block Ragavan, but it's the fastest way for me to accelerate mana. Instead, they're going for an Abrade. They still have enough mana for the monkey, though. And they're just playing it. Not dashing. I think part of that is to hold the treasure so they can get the discount for the Balrog on a future turn. Culling Ritual. Sadly, not enough mana to do anything, but I think it was worth it. Getting rid of the treasure, getting rid of the Ragavan. A big score gets them some treasures. They can absolutely play the Balrog next turn. Do I want to just play Kenrith? Sure. Mac Attack Fee! Thank you for the 2-year resub! Uh-oh, that's a Liliana of the Veil. Bye, Kenrith! Urza's Ruinous Blast, I don't really like in Historic Brawl because most players are playing a lot of Legends. Right now, that's a legendary threat. Ooh, and here's another legendary threat, the Balrog. I'll put Zerda in hand. While they're not able to get a discount, I will use the Evolving Wilds to grab another white source for a potential farewell come. Oh, never mind. It's got only one of each basic land. Seems interesting with all these sacrifice lands. Maybe we just got unlucky and saw them all at the same time. We each discard. I'm discarding Urza's Ruinous Blast. Swinging with the Balrog! The Balrog gets swordsed. Oh, they're sacrificing it. That way they draw cards. But it means they don't gain life. I guess they don't care about life gain. Lord Rada. A kicked Skyclave Relic. With the expectation that they'll be making me discard this next turn, I'm going to hold the Zaggoth Triome. Smorkish Bowmasters. Hitting me for one, getting a little guy.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Cycling a Baron more to draw another card. Whoa, Strider! They currently have 1, 2, 3, 4 sacrificable creatures. Not enough to get the Balrog out this turn. But maybe with that treasure, with Jadar, with a zombie? No, they're just loading up the battlefield. That's cool, too. I am going to farewell the battlefield and the graveyard. I know I can reanimate things, but I think it's more important to just hit them and their grave. Graveyard and creatures. They can scry some more. And we have a counterspell, which doesn't take care of Liliana, but I think the plan for Liliana is get out Kenrith and give him haste to hit Liliana. We're probably discarding Zerda, because we can bring back Zerda using Kenrith. Yeah, right now this is the only creature I have, the only reanimation target for Kenrith. They're still scrying. Looking for something nasty. Only the Balrog had haste. Or flash, that's what I'm thinking of. Could also just play Zerda. They would probably just minus. And I think I'd rather we both discard. Bit of stop hitting yourself energy here. See if they can play both cards in their hand. Okay, Zerda. We discard. That's a Crux of Fate, a board wipe. And Prosper. You are not getting a Prosper. Prosper gives so much card advantage. Also, treasures! Kenrith! Come use your variety of abilities to help me. Trample and haste. And we attack Liliana. No more Liliana! It's Bloodchief's thirst. King Kenrith has passed once more. The royal funeral continues. Blue Sun Zenith we could use to draw a bunch of cards. Or I could just play my commander again and see if they top deck another kill spell. Ancient Copper Dragon! Not a kill spell! Oh gosh, how many treasures are they gonna make? I'm going to start by grabbing Zerda. She's a good fox. She helps reduce the cost of these activated abilities. So now I can do stuff like this. Gain 5 life. Gain 5 life. You love gain 5 life. Maybe just I love gain 5 life. It should not cost 3 mana. Making it cost 1 mana is disgusting, but it shouldn't cost 3 mana. It should cost like 5 mana. They did not appreciate that at all. Jared has submitted a deck with Mishra at the helm, the ability to meld, and a lot of goblins. Yeah, this deck has a lot of goblins in it for being a Mishra deck, but, you know, he cares about a lot of little attacking creatures. And if you're trying to drain out your opponent just by attacking with a whole bunch of stuff, there you go. That's why the goblins are in this deck. I see Krenkos upon Krenkos upon Krenkos. There are 2 Krenkos in the deck. There's also a Muxus. That's how many goblins there are. There's enough that this person is like, yeah, I'm going to play Muxus in my deck. And I respect that. Let's go do some Rakdos Mishra things. The Dark Horse is playing Atali Primal Conqueror, which is pretty spooky because Atali is a big dinosaur who is going to be taking our spells. Also taking their spells. So we've got Dreams of Steel and Oil. At least I can make them discard. Let's see if they have any creatures or artifacts in hand. The sort of things that a player may use to ramp. I'm going to hit the Caryatide over the Mind Stone. We get the Mind Stone anyway, and they can ramp again next turn with Entis Restoration. Do I feel like just getting Mishra out early? Or do I want to save this for Urabrask next turn? I really like actually getting the Urabrask out against this player, because it enables the haste for me, but also makes it a lot harder for them to block. Nice. We will have to play Mount Doom in order to get the double red. But here comes Urabrask. Gotta go fast. Paying a life for the mana and swinging for 4. Not quite enough mana for them to get the Atali out. On curve, here comes Mishra. These 2 are swinging in together, holding hands. Dealing a lot of damage, down to 12. And remember, they won't have blockers because their things are going to come into play tapped. Atali found a Delighted Halfling and a Mox Amber. 2 pieces of mana, and 2 pieces of mana aren't gonna matter because we are going to swing in for lethal next turn. They didn't even know, but we had 4 more damage, which means an extra 3 off Mishra's triggers. That's going to kill them. GG. It is another Atali Primal Conqueror. This hand has a Goro Goro, which is fun. It can give things haste. It's got Perforos that can give things haste, but I'm going to mulligan because I'd like more lands, which we didn't get here. Still going to keep. The reason I'm going to keep this is because if I do manage to get a red source, Urabrask Forge on turn 3 is so good. Also, I have a Doomblade, which means I can kill, I don't know, this elf. Die, Llanowar Elf. Dies to Doomblade. Terrible card. Cold Steel Heart, it's more ramp. Okay. Mana Geode. This gets me red mana. Also lets me scry. That's more red mana. Love that for us. That means next turn, I could play the Heraldic Banner. And we want our Heraldic Banner on red. And then something else. By the way, we do have the Meld pair available. But more importantly, I have goblins! Look at them. Okay, they're not technically goblins. They're Phyrexian horrors. But they're like goblins. They go fast and they hit base. Escape to the wilds. That will let them play an extra land this turn. And let's see what they found. Ooh. Big and poisonous and lotus and cobras. At least now we know where their verdant rejuvenation is. In a useless place. I want to go for Mishra and Facebreaker. not going for the meld, instead just going for damage and treasure! They are not artifact creatures. No, they're just Phyrexian horrors. You play your Atali and see what you get. Kogla and Yadaro comes into play and can fight. They could have also essentially cycled this and destroyed my forge if that's what they were afraid of. I will move my commander to the command zone. A Phyrexian arena. A Phyrexian. I'm going to attack with both of these. This one can be freely blocked. But the face breaker breaks the face, giving me enough mana for Mishra. Meld pair online. If these two attack in together, they become one. Atali, don't get any removal. Whoa, you love Domo. Thank you for gifting 4 subs to Snuggle Bunsies, Zyga, Sarah the Gremlin, and Demon Hunter. Oh god, that gave all their creatures haste. Okay, so I can technically unearth this and still meld. I just have to see. Will I die here? No. It's not lethal. So, it doesn't matter, does it? But you know what is lethal? This! Yeah! Alright, what am I doing? 3 damage to your face. And... destroying your face. Yeah, I mean, you're dead. It's awesome. We melded. Fantastic. Phenomenal. Love it when it works. Deluge Rainstorm has submitted a Merry deck. And this deck is merry, happy, and joyous as it swings in and hits your opponent's face. Lots of legendaries, because Merry draws cards when you attack with him and another legendary creature, but also just really strong, aggressive cards. I mean, we've got Blade Historians and Winotas in here too, because we've got non-humans to find our humans to hit their face for a ton of damage. And you gotta respect any deck that's got an Embercleave, right? I certainly do. Okay, Merry, let's get rumbling. It's Merry versus Atraxa, the value pile. If she hits the board, well, the game's probably over. And unfortunately, we don't go first. But you know what? I believe in us and our ability to hit our opponent's face for tons and tons and tons and tons of damage. Ready? Let's go. Yeah, I want to shock, and I want to show you that life is a resource for hitting opponents' faces with. This Banalish Knight Counselor can give a boon. And we're going to go for that boon using Merry. And enlisting, because Merry does have haste. This isn't legendary, so I didn't need to go for the card draw here. Just swinging and getting a buff on the next creature I cast, which is probably going to be Adeline. Just playing on curve. We go 1, 2, 3, 4... I declare a more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? Merry, Merry, yeah! Oh, look at you doing math. What are you searching for? It's a board wipe. Alright, because it's a board wipe, I will assume that they have another piece of mana. But also, I like to hit face. And we're going to do the same in list as the last turn. It's 1 more damage, and it's worth it. Also, it really pressures the board wipe. Wrath of God. They die. But guess who's coming back? It's the sweetest little hobbit to ever cause problems. And he has +1/+1! Go get him, Merry. Yeah! Kick Atrax's butt. I wanted to lead with Mary because then we have the possibility of hitting Winota's ability since Mary's not human. He's a hobbit. He's a halfling. And look at him on his little pony. Oh my god, he's so cute. The hobbit. Yes, you have 5 mana, and probably some form of removal. Or maybe a planeswalker who can generate obscene amounts of value. You're an Atraxa deck. Okay, it's another board wipe. They Sunfell. Just a woman and her dog. To 6 mana, now 1 away from Atraxa. It costs 2 to turn this into a 1/1 creature. Well, a 0/0 creature with a 1. Really? Wrath of God, Sunfall, Day of Judgment. You're one of those people. I see. Well, in that case, I attack. For 2! Giddy up! It's a growth spiral. There was no land. They might not be able to play Atraxa this turn unless they just drew a land. They drew a land. Boo! Nobody likes you, Atraxa. You're a bit doo-doo poo-poo head. Well, you know what? I would say that we did a pretty good job. This deck did what it wanted to. It just got hit by 3 board wipes in a row by the person who was on the play. There's an Atraxa out here, and as much damage as I can accumulate in a turn, it's not going to be enough to stop these. I'm glad the Riveteers dropped an entire building on you, because you deserved it. Out of my way! Followed by die. Followed by pay your taxes. Hello, yes, it's me, Mary. You don't have triple blue. Not yet. Do you have another board wipe? Who hurt you? This is not good deck building. If I was playing a deck that was not creature-oriented, this would be just like, oh, I guess I'm using board wipes for tokens. Yeah, the redundancy in cards like board wipes and counterspells is much higher than the redundancy in creatures like good aggro 2-drops. I know I wasn't expecting a wash away. They have something that could have been cast in response to Mary. I just don't know what it was. Luminarch Aspirant.
Ellery Bangs cheered. X100. Who hurt you? Lol.
did hurt them! Why are they like this? You want to sit on my wreckage or something? Get out of here. There's a difference between being board wiped and being, board wiped, board wiped, board wiped, board wiped. You think the aspirant will get blasted by a board wipe too? Does this deck have any plan? Yeah, win with Atraxa. He's a 7-mana, 7/7 Flying Vigilance Death Touch lifelink that completely refills your hand and finds you the tools to then proceed to win the game. You know, I'm going to leave because they don't deserve the glory of actually getting to beat me. Mary's the real winner here. In my heart. Someone's looking awful blinky. It's a Yorion Sky Nomad deck. I have a bit of removal early on, some exile, and Winota to hopefully get a trigger. Now remember, Mary can be played on turn 2, so I have my non-human creature to attack with. I also have Brutal Cathar, which can become a non-human creature, but only if somebody does not play a spell for a turn. Let me actually throw down this Mox Amber. And here comes Mary. Here is a countered Mary. Killed Mary? I feel like Mary's not going to survive. Nope, back into my hand. Okay, so he's alive. Just in our memories. Mary. Attack for 2. Ooh, Hope of Giriper. Teleportation circle that will let them blink a creature or artifact every turn. If they had one. Do I want to roll them bones with Winota or stop their blink engine? Roll them bones with Winota. I know me! Persona! I am going to also sacrifice the Hope of Giriper here. And that's my way of saying, like, just in case you have a board wipe. No, you don't. Play your commander, that's fine. Nothing to blink. Not making a stink. Brutal Cathar, please take this Yorion off the battlefield and put it away for safekeeping. Now everybody else, get in there! We draw a card. Thank you, Mary. We get a free creature, hopefully. There we go. Rahilda. She is a human, sometimes. We steal a land. Play a land. I'm just going to pass the turn. I have my soul partition here. If there's something that desperately needs to be put back into hand, we can. It's Sky Sovereign! It's a big boat! This frees their Yorion, and they are going to try to blink their Sky Sovereign. That they don't have. There is no Sky Sovereign. We attack it again, and we win the game! GG. This is Michael Cook's Syr Faren deck. Syr Faren buffs things up based on their own power. And when you're swinging in, that means you're swinging in for a lot of damage. You're going to want to put pre-combat buffs onto Syr Faren and then just get huge and attack with, I don't know, the Questing Beast or some 1-drops. There's a Charging Badger in this deck. A classic Magic the Gathering. A classic Magic the Gathering card. Love to see it. Okay, let's take Syr Faren into the queue. Sauron, the Dark Lord, versus Llanowar Elves in opening hand, and Giant Growth. This hand looks like we're going to be playing and protecting our creatures, buffing up with this Giant Growth. But as always, turn 1, Llanowar Elves. Need to have it. We can hope that this Sauron deck is you know, not a Grixis control deck. But it probably is anyway. Since we don't have another creature, I kind of want to just toss down Sylvan Anthem to start. They brainstormed. What a stormy brain. I know, I wanted that Llanowar Elf to attack in for like 10 damage. They have foretold. What have they foretold? Don't need a land. Need another creature. Because I'm only going to be able to protect a little bit. I can't continuously protect against, well, the Sauron deck is going too crazy. Snapcaster Mage. What are you trying to do, huh? Lightning bolt me? I would greatly prefer if you didn't. Aha! Here we go! A questing beast! Tail swipe. Nothing I really want to fight yet. You can't block that. Take the damage. Mitch and Ninja! They give it the $5 dues.
Really love the Brawl content. You're one of my favorite creators to watch.
I appreciate you watching my stuff. And I hope you appreciate. Ooh, large. If I throw that on a questing beast, then that's lethal because trample and death touch is great. Enhance! They die. Death touch and trample. Oh, delicious! Professor A is playing Faramir, Prince of Ithilien. If he survives to the end of the turn he is played, he gets real rude. I am going to mulligan here because I want another early creature. Yes, like you, the almighty brushwag! Oh, what a little guy. I love the almighty brushwag. I mean, everybody loves the almighty brushwag. It's the almighty brushwag! Sweetie swag. What's in the bag? I know we have brushwag, brushwhack. This thing is so cute. Remember, don't laugh at the brushwag. I'm going to attack. For one! Syr Faren. Wash away. Do not brush the brushwag. It's a thorny little guy. Faramir? Okay, yes, they washed it away. Move that to command zone. This is fine. We're just going to, I think we're gonna load up the almighty brushwag with a bunch of swords. Oh my god, brushwag is forklift certified? Wow. Hello? Stone of... Dang, that's crazy, bro. So I could swing for 3, but I'm actually going to instead swing for 1, play Ronus, try to beef up the brushwag next turn so I can swing with Ronus. Probably also going to bushwhack. Hi. Yes. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Nice. Got a land, so we're going to go for 2 bone splitters. One's a bone splitter, the other one's a bone splitter plus plus. If they have removal, dang, that's a bummer. So I'm just going to hope that they don't. What? Okay, I could either go for a land now or just swing for 3. I'm gonna swing for 3! Get in there, brushwag! Kick their butt! So unfortunately, Syr Faren, or not Syr Faren, Faramir doesn't even need to survive until the next turn. He just kind of needs to be there to get the trigger. Oh my gosh, am I gonna be able to, like, actually do things this turn? That's whack. Yeah! I don't need Syr Faren! It's swag time! Are you gonna bounce it? Are you gonna counter it? It's got swan songed! Which actually means it's going to be more damage if I move the sword on the bird and attack with Ronus. It's a good bird. Very strong, very powerful. Ronus is all alone once again. Syr Faren. Syr Faren with a stick. Ronus attacks again for 5. Hey, you're the one who gave me that bird. It was a good bird. Are you going to kill my commander? Are you going to kill my commander? I hate you so much. I will return Syr Faren to the command zone. But I also do have more damage here, so we're gonna go for Ginger Brute. Ramble Armor on the Ginger Brute. Ginger Brute. With a sword! And that's lethal. Out of my way, Faramir! Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars! And if you enjoyed all the deck lists, you should say a fellow thank you to all the folks who submitted them! I just want to say that if you love the deck list in this video, you're gonna love the ones in the next one even more. Here's a little sneak peek. There's gonna be an Ogler! Yes, everybody loves our little homunculus friend. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who sent me decks, and I hope you're all having a fantastic time watching this Brawl Stars Variety Hour. I'll see you soon with even more decks. I'm so ready for you, Ogler. You're so cute. So ready.